I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
You must listen. What I'm about to tell you will change the course of history.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome back to the Matrix Study Hall. This is Miss Oracle. Thanks again for liking and subscribing. And also, keep in mind all things are allegedly here. The Fair Use Act is in the description box. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into what's happening right now in regard to the opening of the holy doors. Okay, this is something that's happening that only happens every 25 years, and it is being live streamed throughout the world. This is something that is deemed as a ritual when it comes to Catholicism, but for some reason they wanted to let the whole world in on this at this time. And so the holy doors are considered special doors in the major basilicas. Okay, we're going to be speaking about the one in St. Peter's Basilica at this time, and it is opening during what's called the Jubilee year 2025. So there are some major things that are beginning to happen, and opening these particular doors is supposed to symbolize the offer of mercy, grace, and in particular, what I found was a little bit strange is that one of these doors that's being opened in Rome is to a prison. Okay, so now they're saying that they need to atone for those that have been incarcerated. So is it because they're in some level of I would say regret or remorse in regard to a lot of the people that have been mass incarcerated? I don't know, discern for your own self, but this is something that's actually happening, and it is a little peculiar. Now let's go for biblical reference. Let's go to a few scriptures. First, we're going to go with John 10:9. I am the door. If anyone enters by me, he will be saved and will go in and out and find pasture. Then we're going to move on to Isaiah 55:6-7. Seek the Lord while he may be found. Call upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way and the unrighteous man his thoughts. All right. And also, I just want to say hello to everybody throughout the world that are here. Okay. Guten Morgen. Habari za Sabuhi, Zahan, Wilujing, and Jing, Jambo, Nihai, Ohio, Shalom. So wherever you are in this world, I want to thank you for liking and subscribing, being a part of this collective here. Okay. So let's move on with some more insight for the Matrix Study Hall. Now, some critics have linked Catholicism and the rituals to occult practices. This is nothing secret, it's well known, and largely due to the symbolism. Okay, the use of relics, gargoyles, veneration of certain saints, and even one of the holy doors they're opening is for the tomb of Lucifer. You heard me correctly, the tomb of Lucifer. Okay, so they're really dabbling with some real dark, sinister things. And it is also a link with the rituals that they're doing with open up different occultic portals. People even believe that they are unleashing certain demonic energies into the earth realm. Okay, this is something that's happening, and I think you should kind of pay attention to it. Okay, definitely to be aware, not to put you in a state of fear, but to be aware of what you need to be praying for and praying against. Now let's go to another scripture here. 2 Thessalonians 2:3-4. Let no one deceive you in any way, for the day will not come unless the rebellion comes first, and the man of lawlessness is revealed, the son of destruction, who opposes and exalts himself against every so-called God or object of worship. Then we move on to Revelation 13:5-8. And this particular scripture, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it is summarizing the beast described as not only blaspheming God and deceiving the world, but also leading so many to associate the institution of religious power with true sanctity. And we all know, okay, I'm not dissing anybody because I have people that, believe in Catholicism, people that are near and dear to me, to each his own. But if you know, they dabble with a lot of things with the occult, and that's something we need to stay away from. Another strange coincidence is this premiere of what is called a mascot for the Vatican. and the name is Luce. Now, in Italian, Luce means light. Now, for me, when I saw the name of this mascot, it automatically registered in my mind. It is short for Lucifer, okay? And there is also a strange correlation with the look of this mascot as more so of a neutral gender confused aesthetic, okay? Because you don't know whether it's male or female, all right? And then it's holding up this staff with two prongs. And if you are familiar with Baphomet, which is this demonic entity that a lot of people that believe in the occult, believe in Satanism, worship, this looks like an infantilized version of Baphomet. And for them to utilize this particular mascot in order to try to lure children in, it is very concerning, especially with the horrible reputation that the Catholic Church has had, okay, when it comes to little boys in particular. So another thing that I want to point out why this is something we need to be aware of is the fact that there are people that are opposing the Vatican's move to use this mascot to lure children in is because the artist that created this particular mascot goes by the name of Legno. Okay, he is an Italian artist, although his art it kind of plays on a Japanese theme of art. He's not Japanese at all. Okay, so I can't put them in that, but he created this brand called Tokidoki. Okay, and the actual logo for Tokidoki is skull and bones. And if you're familiar with Freemasonry, that represents the Knights of Templar, which began in the Middle Ages and it then evolved into Nazism. Okay, and furthermore, they have lightning bolts on a lot of the toys that they're marketing towards children, which is another symbol that's used in the occult and Nazism. There's been a lot of criticism in regard to him putting out this particular mascot for the Vatican, where you're supposed to, the Vatican is supposed to represent morality, religion and stuff like that. And this particular brand by Legno is known to portray a lot of the alphabet cult. Read between the lines. I can't say certain words here, but he promotes a lot of that with his characters. Okay, so the artist Legno is also creating this particular theme that is trying to lure children to the church, but at the same time, he's aligned and sponsored by things that are the complete opposite of that. So I find it very telling what the real agenda is. They're constantly trying to plot and trying to find ways in which to bring children to the slaughter. Basically, that's just what it is, to try to bring children in. Now let's go to some of the biblical references to the Antichrist. Okay, the concept of the Antichrist appears several times throughout Scripture, but we're going to focus on these particular themes in regard to the deception and the opposition of Christ. Now let's go to 1 John 2:18-22. Even now many antichrists have come. This is the Antichrist, he who denies the Father and the Son. Okay, also Daniel 7:25, a figure who speaks against the Most High and persecutes his saints. Then we go to Revelation 13, describes a beast who deceives the nations. Now this text describes the Antichrist as a figure, or in other words, a system that seeks to oppose Christ's work, deceive believers, and exalt itself above others. And as you know, if you're familiar with the Vatican, with Catholicism, it is just all that it is encompassing, and they're doing it now more so than ever to just be very overt with their deceptions. Okay, so to be aware of these things is a call to remain faithful to Christ and be vigilant against the deception that they're trying to put out here for the world. Okay, stay awake, and until next time, like and subscribe. I'll see you back here later. Bye bye.